Have you ever heard of UFOs in the stock market? No, I'm not talking about aliens and spaceships, but, well, something that can feel just as mysterious. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really interesting trading tool called Auto UFOs. Let's get right into it.
So first things first, what's with that name? UFOs in the market. I know, it's catchy, right? But it's actually not just a gimmick. That name is a massive clue, and it points to a really powerful and often totally invisible force that can move prices. So let's see what it's all about.
Okay, so imagine you're just looking at your normal trading chart, and then, bam, these strange signals just pop up. They kind of look, well, a little out of this world. So the big question is, are they just random noise, or are they trying to tell you something really important about where the market could be going next?
Well, it turns out these UFOs are anything but random. They are the key feature of a special trading tool that was developed by a company called Decoding. They've actually built an entire strategy around finding and using these signals. They're turning a market mystery into a potential trading method.
All right, it is time for the big reveal. Let's decode what UFO actually stands for, because behind this really clever name is a market concept that is, frankly, super powerful.
And there you have it. UFO stands for Unfilled Orders. So yeah, not aliens, it's all about something way more influential in the markets. It's about the footprints that are left behind by the really big institutional players. And this is the core idea we're going to unpack right now.
So why does this even matter? Well, think about it. If you're a giant bank or a massive investment fund, you can't just slam one huge buy order into the market. It would cause chaos. It would move the price against you. So what do? They have to break it up, leaving behind these little pockets of unfilled orders at key price levels where they might want to trade again later.
And this is where the Auto UFOs tool does its magic. Its whole job is to use an algorithm to sniff out these hidden zones of institutional interest, these pockets of unfilled orders, and then it literally plots them right on your chart for you. It's designed to make the invisible visible.
Okay, so now we know what UFOs are, but how does the tool actually show them to you? How do you take this invisible market data and turn it into a clear signal you can actually use?
And this is where it gets really clever. The tool leans right into its name by using a really unique visual: flying saucers. Now, these aren't just for fun. Each little saucer is a visual marker that appears right on your chart to pinpoint a potential zone where those unfilled orders might be hiding.
The best part is how simple they've made it. The whole thing is color-coded, so it's incredibly easy to read. If you see a red saucer, the tool is flagging a potential zone of unfilled sell orders. And you guessed it, if you see a green one, it's pointing out a potential cluster of unfilled buy orders.
So let's just lock this in, because this is the key to the whole thing. Green UFOs mean potential buyers could be waiting. Red UFOs mean potential sellers might be gathering there. The tool is essentially giving you this visual map of where the market's heavy hitters might be planning to make their next move. Now, it's important to know that Auto UFOs doesn't just exist in a vacuum. It's actually one half of a two-part system, and that system is built to answer the most fundamental questions any trader has to face.
Seriously, think about it. When it all boils down, every single trade you take comes down to answering two questions. First, which way should I trade? Should I be a buyer or a seller right now? And second, where is the best level to actually get in? You get either one of those wrong, and your trade is in serious trouble before it even starts.
And this slide just lays out the logic of the system perfectly. You can see in that first column there's another tool called Auto Climate Tem, and its job is to help answer that first question: should I be a buyer or a seller? Then, as you see in the second column, Auto UFOs steps in to answer question 2: where is a potentially great price to enter, based on where those unfilled orders are? All right, let's get practical. Finding your entry. Now that we understand the concept and the two-part system, let's look at how you might actually use this information to pinpoint a potential trade entry. The whole method really breaks down into these simple steps. First, you check the overall market trend on what they call your common time frame. Think of this as your big picture view, like looking at a map before you start a road trip. Then you switch down to your edge time frame, which is a shorter-term chart, to zoom in and find your entry with more precision. And finally, with that context, you identify the nearest ally UFO. That just means a green one if you're looking to buy in an uptrend, or a red one if you want to sell in a downtrend. It's all about getting the pieces to line up.
And this right here, this is the core philosophy behind the whole thing. It is not about trying to predict the future or fight the market, The whole point is to try and trade alongside the big players. By finding their potential unfilled orders, you're trying to align your trades with where that institutional money is flowing. You're trying to surf their wave instead of getting crushed by it.
So the next time you pull up a chart, don't just see the prices going up and down. Ask yourself this: what invisible footprints are the big players leaving behind, and how could you potentially see them?
If our videos help you stay sharp episode after episode, hit pause, like, subscribe, and keep learning. Your support means a lot to us.